Hello Mzansi and welcome back to our channel. In this video we're going to talk about lessons learned from AKA's funeral. First lesson we learned is that Tony Forbes is truly the head of his family and there was order, no leaked videos, and comments came from one source, and that was through him, the spokesperson, and only through AKA's social media platform. And we're talking about official announcements. And his social media platforms are still active and run in a positive manner. This shows that on the business end, AKA ensured that his account was accessible to whoever still has access to it and is posting to it. I bring this up as a comment so that other celebrities as well take note of this. We saw this with Mambinja's funeral, where his wife did not have access to his password until they were able to crack it. We see this on Ricky Rick's Instagram profile. There's actually been absolutely no activity, although the circumstances surrounding his death are completely different, and however, we can't forget the fact that these are public figures, these are celebrities, so they have followers and fans who also feel the loss of their celebrities as well. Another lesson that we learned is that we are certain the Legacy appreciated this, along with being included every step of the way. The Legacy was fully informed on next steps, procedures, and including tickets were made available to the memorial. And also, not only were tickets made available, but it was on a first come first served basis and strictly by ticket, which allows for ease of access, knowing how many people are coming, and also limiting how many people are coming, and also limiting chaos. So that's another thing we learned from AKA's funeral. Moving along to the next point, there doesn't have to be drama at funerals. And although Nota and AKA were close, Nota was excluded from any speeches after his Instagram rant after AKA's sudden death. We're not certain if Nota was in attendance at the memorial or funeral. Another lesson learned: girlfriends and baby mamas can actually get along and both be at the funeral with no rivalry or bad blood. We see this with DJ Zinhle and Nadia Nakai, who exhibit and were seen several times comforting one another throughout this period, and you can actually see that their bond is a genuine bond, and we would like to assume that of sisters more than rivalries. The next lesson is girlfriend Nadia Nakai has not posted a thing or reacted to any rumors, especially that of her being pregnant. One can really mourn without social media presence, and although we have not officially heard from Nadia Nakai herself, our hearts go out to her. Our deepest condolences absolutely go out to her. This must be extremely difficult time for her, and it leads us to wonder who her friends are. We did see Kanyim forego going to celebrating Valentine's Day so that she could be in mourning with her friend Nadia Nakai, who they are both actors on a reality show, Young, Rich and Famous. Young, Rich and African. Not too sure what the name is anymore. And we also see Pearl Tusi, that is DJ Zinhle's friend, who was not in attendance because she's actually out of the country, also post to her Instagram status. So it leads me to wonder who Nadia Nakai's friends are. Do you guys know who Nadia Nakai's friends are other than Kanyim Bao? Comment below and let us know. Moving on to the next lesson, AKA was from a loving and caring family, which was demonstrated at every single touch point with details like his mic being on stage at his memorial, his South African flag as well, and he had with him the South African flag that he had with him everywhere was also on stage at the memorial. He had a love for the BMW, and they honored that with his final ride to his gravesite. He is transported in a BMW, and his coffin is being pulled in a carriage resembling that of a horse-drawn carriage, and this was fit for a king. This funeral was certainly top tier. Next lesson is no celebrities were trying to steal the light. There was no outshining of, in our opinion, of dress codes, because we saw at the memorial it was t-shirts and pants. It was basic. No headgear was represented, and I want to say again, it goes back to family respect and how the family honored the wishes of Tony Forbes and Lynn Forbes. Next, moving along to the final point is no cell phones were allowed. We noticed this from the funeral procession, everybody walking into the funeral, if you've seen those videos, as well as at the graveside. If you take a look, everybody leading up to the grave for that final moment, lowering the sand onto the coffin, you will notice nobody had a cell phone on. And we have seen where people have their cell phones running, where people are taking their moment or taking selfies with the coffin. This was not the funeral for that. That opportunity was not presented to the guests and family members present. We do see that there were 3 tents that were erected, and we want to assume that each tent represented a hierarchy. I know we don't want to discuss that, but there's definitely a hierarchy. So there was close family, then we want to think business associates, and then I want to think the white tent was for friends of AKA the magazine. So guys, these are the comments that we had on 10 lessons that we learned from AKA's funeral. If we missed any, please comment down below so that we can learn from one another. So we also want to once again pass our condolences to AKA's family, friends, and employees and business workers, business partners. This has been a truly difficult funeral to watch. I think even if you didn't know who AKA was, with all the coverage that's going on, he certainly was a great person. Despite what he did or didn't do, we are of the belief he did not deserve to die the way that he did. Our condolences go out to Nadia and Akai as well. Cannot imagine what you are going through. Every girlfriend's wish is to live a lifetime with their boyfriend. And if that is an upgrade to marriage or not, losing your boyfriend cannot be an easy thing. We saw that with Sims Ngema, who lost her husband literally a month after they had just got married, and she was extremely distraught at the funeral, at the grave site. So touching on that point, if you look back at Nadia Nakai, Nadia, you can tell from her demeanor, her dressing, the way she has carried herself throughout the weeks, she does not want to trend. Her face was completely covered with whatever that was that she had on her head. It covered her entire face from neck all the way above. And she also wore a beautiful, delicate black dress, which also, I would say, had a corset around her tummy area. Comment below and let us know what you thought of what Nadia wore. Here we see AKA's father by AKA's grave. What a beautiful sight. We have Don Design, the controversial Don Design, pouring Hennessy on Kiernan's grave. We all need that, friends. Despite the controversy surrounding him, he is there, present, and is representing his friend. Your friends always know what you would have liked. He's ensuring his afterlife has a touch of Hennessy in it.